Hi there, Brian Conway here from Achieve Success, and welcome to 4 Minute Friday, where I take 4 minutes of your time to share with you some insights and things that will help you be more successful in sales, more successful in business, and ultimately more successful in life. Now, the subject of this week's video is lead generation and marketing, and in particular the use of physical letters as part of your activities. Now, I'll explain how to send letters in a few seconds, but let me just explain why letters are proven to be so effective and work so well. Now, I use them personally. I make sure all my clients have letters as part of one activity, at least as part of their marketing actions that they take. And the reason being is because nobody or very few people send letters today. So to actually receive a letter is quite novel. Just the engagement with opening it and then getting out and reading it, etc., involves and engages the person more than just sending an email. So that in itself increases the responsiveness of the communication that you actually put in the content. Now, I have clients that have done over £500,000 in sales just by sending out one letter every month consistently for a period of time. I have another client that says they win every piece of business that actually comes off a letter. Now, one of the things to mention here is the fact that you will not get high volumes of leads off letters, but you will get high quality of leads. And as I said, one of my clients wins every piece of business that comes from the letter campaign. So with all that said, it works, and it works very effectively. So let me explain how to send letters, because there's a few tips and tricks that will help you, as I said, get the most from the activity. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the letter itself. Right? You want to make it look as much like a personal letter as possible. So don't frank the stamp, and don't, if possible, don't print the label or print the envelope. If you can, handwrite. So use a white envelope and handwrite the address. Now, obviously there's some effort in doing so, and you may need some resource to help you with that. But remember, a few weeks ago I mentioned about the Dream 100. This is a great technique for working just with your really highly targeted list of prospective customers. So if you're an account manager and you've got 20 accounts, I'm talking about writing 20 envelopes maybe once a month. It's not that onerous, but if you can handwrite it and put a stamp on it, it looks more like a personal letter, and it achieves our first objective, which is to get the thing opened rather than looking like a piece of junk and it just going in mail. So that's the first thing. The second thing I kind of alluded to a moment ago is the fact that you should do this on a consistent basis. This isn't a one-off mail shot. It's something we need to do consistently over weeks and months and maybe even years. Once you realise and see how it works for you, you will continue doing it. But it has to be done consistently. Two reasons. One, we need to warm people up to our brand and our message, so that takes a consistent number of times of putting the message out there. But also, we don't know when people are ready to buy, or when they're feeling a particular pain point, or when their contract is coming to an end. So we need to be consistently in front of them, so that at that time your letter arrives and they go, hey, this is just what I need. Okay, so do it consistently. Now, the letter itself, a couple of tips on here as we sort of wrap up this video. The first thing is, you'll see I always put a picture of myself on this, so it personalises it. It puts a face to a name, as we say. You know, so put a photograph of yourself on there. Second thing is to have a headline. You need a good, strong call to action right at the beginning of the letter. You want to grab their attention, so get a real strong benefit statement in there. So call out to the individual. You know, if you're an IT director who's looking to save costs and reduce security risks or whatever it might be, again, try not to make them so generic as that, be more specific, but have a strong headline that will encourage somebody to read the body of the letter. That's our second objective. Third objective is, obviously, once they've read it, is their call to action. So have a strong call to action, and again, if you can personalise that, the better. So don't have, if you're interested, email me at info@achievesuccess.co.uk, because everyone knows that's just a generic info sort of marketing email address. Personalise it. And if you need to, just set another one up. So, if I'm Brian at Achieve Success, for example, then I might put brian.conway in here and set that up as an email address. So it sounds personal, but it's still segregated for marketing purposes. So personalise it, and ideally have a personal or a direct phone line as well. To try not to put people into a menu system, because once they get that, again, they'll probably just done all the work and you'll lose them. Last thing as we wrap up here, through your videos, have what we call a second readership path. Now, a lot of people will just read your letter, read the headline, and that will draw them into the body of the letter. But some will skim initially, just to see if this is of interest to them. So if you can have a series, as you can see here, of kind of key feature statements or benefit statements primarily that run through the body of the content, then people can skim through, and there should be enough in there to grab their attention so that then they can come back and read the letter itself. So there you go, some tips on how to use letters as part of your marketing activities. Do it consistently, make it look as personal as possible, put in a lot of business benefit statements in there, make them statements, lots of short sentences, don't write blocks of text, and you'll find they work very effectively for you, as they do for many of my clients. Now again, 4 minutes is up, I run slightly over, so I'm going to wrap it up there. So thanks for your time. Implement letters, and please share, like this video, comment please if you use videos, or if you use letters, and if you start to use them and start to get some results, again, please come back and share those with me as well. Have a great weekend, have a great week of selling next week, and I look forward to seeing you next week in 4 Minute Friday. I'm Brian Conway, bye-bye.